Fantastic result for Manchester United yesterday, but of course we saw Marcus Rashford limping off. Erik ten Hag had quite a lot to say after the game. He was not happy about 3 games in 6 days and said it's ridiculous and almost pointed the finger at that's why Marcus Rashford got injured. I agree with Eric. I've been on about this all season. I think it's remarkable what Erik ten Hag has achieved in his first season, and and I think many of you have agreed me on this. I've been speaking about this since August, about that if you want to have a good season, it's almost impossible because the way the calendar's been set up this year is just ridiculous. We started this season right at the start of August. And pretty much since then, we've been playing 3 games a week. We've just had 3 games in 6 days. We played Sunday afternoon and Saturday lunchtime with a game in between. The schedule's ridiculous. I'm not surprised that Marcus Rashford's injured. I wouldn't be surprised if we pick up a few more. We've had our fair share of injuries anyway. It was absolutely inevitable. So whilst I agree with Erik ten Hag, I almost feel like going, well, what do people expect? 3 games in 6 days, it's not really any different to playing Thursday night, Sunday lunchtime, which we've done before. I completely agree with ten Hag, but we all knew it was going to happen. As I said yesterday, I just think ten Hag does treat Rashford like Bruno. Now, Bruno's an absolute robot. I don't know how he plays with such intensity every game. I think he could play 2 games a day. Marcus Rashford worries me. Marcus Rashford is a flair player. He's an explosive player. You can just pick up these tears and pulls that can put you out for 5 weeks. I think Rashford should have been took off. I still say that because I don't think you can compare Bruno Fernandes to Marcus Rashford. I do think that Rashford should not have been playing 3 games in 6 days anyway. Ten Hag will argue that maybe he didn't have the options, but that's not down to Ten Hag either. We know we had a rubbish January transfer window, and maybe it's an area that you could look at the Glazers again if you wanted to. This is down to squad depth, having to use Rashford all the time. And now we haven't got him for a few games. We do get quite good updates in relation to injuries. From what is being heard, and to be fair, this is nothing exclusive, it's also out there publicly, but what we're hearing around Marcus Rashford is that the fear, he's got to have a scan, and the fear is that is a groin issue, and that it really will come down to how quick he can heal. If it's 5 or 6 weeks, you're pushing him to the middle of May, and he's only going to be back for cup finals and the last couple of Premier League games. So I think that's the thing with Rashford. It's about how long he's going to be out. And we can all hope that there's some miracle that he's absolutely fine and he plays against Sevilla, because let's be honest, these things have happened in the past. But that's a player that's pulled something straight away, known he's done it straight away, and then been in pain walking off. So I personally think you're looking at 6 weeks. If it's 5 to 6 weeks, he'll do well to be back for the finals if we get there, and the last couple of games of the Premier League, which means we can't cry about it. It's ridiculous to lose such an important player, and it's terrible for Rashford, but you've got to try and find a way. And I think Martial becomes really important, because I don't know why Sean Dyche played a high line against us yesterday, but it was footballing suicide, and we need to keep Weghorst out of the team. Now, the only way to keep Weghorst out of the team is with a fit Anthony Martial.